Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of rslash Tales from Your Server. In today's episode, to last night's server. Anyone want to vent about terrible restaurant interviews? 'Cause I do. New server who doesn't do side work or run her own food. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. To last night's server. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that I was turning down cocktails and the wine that my boss bought for the table. Thank you for finding a moment when the rest of my colleagues were busy and discreetly mentioning that your drink menu had a number of non-alcoholic mixed drinks and pointing them out. Thank you for turning the 1-month anniversary of my sobriety into a night where I didn't feel out of place for not drinking alcohol. Thank you to all the attentive, perceptive servers who make dining out a pleasure. You never know when one small gesture can make someone's week. Anyone want to vent about terrible restaurant interviews? 'Cause I do. Sometimes you have great interviews, the restaurant appears well put together, the staff is hospitable. Sometimes the manager is calm and collected, you know there are procedures in place to keep the flow running smoothly. Sometimes, even, the management appears competent. Other times, you want to turn around and walk out when the first thing you see is the burning dumpster fire of chaos, and wish they titled their job posting "High Turnover Low Pay Angry Customers," so you could have avoided wasting the mileage it took to get there. But sometimes appearances are deceiving, even when you do your best to avoid wasting gas. For example, let's take the time I was looking for a new job, walked into a quaint but kind of classy lounge down the street from my then current job, personally handed my resume to the mod, and left with confidence that this would be my next step up in life. Looking back, it doesn't matter much if the staff seems calm if there are also no customers in the restaurant. There is usually a good reason for that. The manager had asked me to put in my application via Indeed, which I did immediately upon arriving home. My first red flag should have been the numerous spelling mistakes in the job posting. Servers needed was the title, but not everyone was spelling bee champ of their elementary school 3 years in a row. Yes, I lost at county all 3 years, but I did get to county, and that got me a shiny ribbon. When I arrived a week later for my scheduled interview, the lounge was completely empty save for a host and a line cook. I'm not sure where the server was, but I figured that's probably why they are hiring servers. With an apostrophe S. Maybe the host doubles as a server. Maybe the mod is in the back and works the floor when customers arrive. I told the host I was there for an interview, and he sat me at a table, and let me know the mod would be there soon. Okay, awesome, thank you, sir. Do you mind if I have a cup of water? 20 minutes pass, which is 5 minutes later than the interview was supposed to start, and I have neither a manager in front of me nor that cup of water. It's hot inside. The host has disappeared. I figure this is a fair time to ask the cook in the open kitchen whether he would check for the manager in the back for me. Oh, and she left like 3 hours ago. I think she went home for the day. But I can call her. At this point I am pissed, but I figure everyone makes mistakes. To be fair, it was literally dead there, and I am also obscenely forgetful, which is why I am working as a diner waitress and not as an office lady where my responsibility matters very much. I guess. That's the self-defeating narrative I tell myself. 45 minutes later the manager arrives with groceries and spends another 15 putting them away before the cook offers to finish so she can interview me. Thank you, Mr. Cook. You are possibly the only chill dude in that place. And sat across from me and proceeded first not to apologize for being extremely late, but to ask why I'd showed up without submitting an application. What? Obviously I had to have submitted an application, otherwise I wouldn't have been there. Well, I'm not seeing it here, and I don't have your resume. Do you even have your resume with you? I had to pull out my phone, log into Indeed, and show her my personal account and the messages I had sent to her after applying, and my resume uploaded on Indeed. Oh. Well, I guess it just never came through my end. Yeah. Oh. So she magically finds my application, starts reading over it, and asks me why I think I can work in her fine dining lounge when my only work experience is in fast food. Now, mine is a bit of a unique situation. I do work at a chain QSR, but our location is special, because it was opened by the owner personally before the company was franchised, and continued to operate as a diner/QSR hybrid. The diner itself was a full sit-in restaurant, complete with hosts, bussers, and waitstaff. It was also, again, right down the street from this lounge, and had been operating for over 50 years at that point. It's very well known, and even has a display in the community museum across the street from the lounge. So you can imagine my surprise when, as I am giving a brief overview of our company history, this woman cuts me off because she does not believe this restaurant has a diner, dismisses my experience waitressing as false, and asks why do I think I can apply to a fine dining establishment when my only work history is in a drive-thru? She continued to berate me, saying that their customers are very wealthy and regularly tip 40% and expect someone to take time to talk to them, and that, again, I would not know how to do that when you've only ever worked in a drive-thru. And that their job listing specified that they expect 3 years serving experience, so I should not have applied in the first place, and made her drop her emergency grocery trip to drive all the way out to the lounge for an impromptu interview. I left, and 40 minutes later my job application was denied on Indeed. It's been over a year, and this sh*t still burns me up, especially now that I've actually moved into upscale dining, and I can say with certainty that lounge was not fine dining. It was F***king casual. And their meatballs had no seasoning. New server who doesn't do side work or run her own food. It has been 2 weeks since this server has been on the floor, and they're already making enemies at work. This past Saturday was quite busy, and servers that opened ended up sticking around for another hour to help me and the other closer break down the back and roll some silver. They ended up being there for 11 to 12 hours, even though this other server came in 4 hours later and left almost as soon as her scheduled timeout came. We were all slammed while her section cleared out. She didn't do much and was kind of sitting around while everyone else was swamped and didn't even roll a single bucket. Even got pissy with me when I told her she had to roll the entire bucket instead of the half-full rack of sorted silver. Needless to say, she didn't even sweep her own section. Also found out from a few servers that she purposely avoided the kitchen and only went in there for sodas and other people running her food all night. This annoys me because I was held up from the kitchen consistently needing hands, and the table numbers were frequently those of her section that day. I don't want to blame others for my shortcomings, but this didn't help me with flipping tables, especially with the sh*tty4 table section I had that night that was on the completely opposite end from the kitchen while hers was super close. Anyone who has experience with this kind of situation, what do you do? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.